side and recorded, not up the hill. If you went on this corner and recorded, that is fine. You cannot be on this side recording.
Sir, this is a public sidewalk, sir.
This is considered the state property.
This is public.
Check with my supervisor.
This is public. This is. Can you get your? I would like to speak to your supervisor then.
That is fine.
Because this is public property. I have rights.
On that side,
That's why they run utilities, things of that nature on, just like your mailbox. You don't own the first feet, the first few feet of your own property.
Right.
I can go stand right in front of your house.
What happens when you record outside one of the most notorious prisons in New York Clinton Correction, all home to a real-life, Shawshank-style escape? In this video, a peaceful journalist is threatened with police, trespass claims, and unlawful orders by correctional officers who don't know the law. But watch what happens when a higher-ranking official shows up. Let's break it down.
Excuse me?
You're not supposed to be taking video standing on state property.
Oh, I'm not on state property.
Just letting you. If you go over here and do it, then that's on
I'm
you.
not. I'm not on state property, sir. Can I get your name?
Can I ask why you're recording?
Can I get your name, sir?
I'm Officer Trudeau. But can I ask why you're recording?
Correctional Officer Trudeau.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ask why you're recording, sir.
You sure can ask, bro.
Yeah.
I'm an independent journalist.
Okay.
I'm gathering content for a story.
Okay.
So, and I'm not on state property, so I don't. Unless we're on state property, you have no authority.
Well, please, if you can at least step over.
I'm not on state property, sir. I'm not on state property,
okay.
and I won't be on state property. All right. Take care. Have a good one.
I don't want to be in your movie.
Excuse me?
I don't want to be in your movie. So I'm not going to sign
So
a release.
why would you? What release are you talking? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you filming my truck down there in the parking lot.
Didn't you just come up? Didn't you just come up to me?
No, that wasn't me. That was outside perimeter.
No, I'm just saying. Right now, you just came up to me, correct?
That's correct.
So
Are you filming this?
I am filming this because you came up to me, sir.
Okay. I'm asking you
We're in a
nicely,
public.
politely. I don't want my truck in your film.
We're in a public place, sir. Why would you come up to me if you don't want your truck or your person in my film? Does that make any sense?
See that you're filming it.
I wasn't filming you. I have no idea who you are.
I was parked down there. I saw you filming me.
I have no idea who you are, sir.
Okay.
Just because you're in public doesn't mean that I'm specifically filming
But
you.
I'm not in public.
You are in public.
I am now, but I wasn't down there. I was on state property.
It doesn't matter. I could see you from public. That means it's public.
Okay.
Yep. Take care. So it looks like we have a lot of people are interrupting me today before I can even tell you about some interesting information we have going on here. Looks like we have shift change going on. All right, guys. So basically 6 years ago, 2 inmates escaped from this maximum security prison with the help of I believe she was a sewing instructor. She fell in love with one of the inmates who has life in prison. They were both in this correctional facility for murder. Both of them had life, so they had nothing to lose. And one of the staff on the inside fell in love with one of the inmates, gave them power tools, and they escaped from this very prison. You could see the wall all around the correctional facility. They went into the underground tunnels here and popped out 400 feet away from the wall through a manhole and escaped. So I thought that was really interesting that, you know, apparently some Shawshank Redemption type of escape happened here.
Sir, anything up the hill on this side is considered state property. If you went on that side and recorded, not up the hill. If you went on this corner and recorded, that is fine. You cannot be on this side recording.
Sir, this is a public sidewalk, sir.
This is considered the state property.
This is public.
Check with my supervisor.
This is public. Can you get your? I would like to speak to your supervisor then.
That is fine.
Because this is public property.
Now,
I have
go
rights.
on that side, and I will do that.
Okay, go get your supervisor. Thank you. This is a public sidewalk. How is this state property? It makes no sense.
How you doing, fella?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How you going?
Pretty good. You're your supervisor?
Yeah, Sergeant Valley, assigned to this facility. Now you can video record over here on this side. You cannot be on this side because this is all state property. Okay.
This is a public sidewalk. It's what's called a public easement.
Right.
This is a public road. So anything on like these electric wires and stuff and this sidewalk.
So I'm not going to hash particulars with you. Okay.
Oh, I did the GSI. So I looked up the survey.
That's fine.
It's
all
public
right?
property.
So if you refuse to leave here, okay, I will call the state police and they will escort you off here. Or you can take it up with them, or you can go to this side of the road. You can do whatever you want over here. You can record this part, but this part right here, you cannot be on.
This is a public sidewalk, sir.
I understand that. Right?
I can be on a public sidewalk.
Who are you affiliated with?
I could be on a public sidewalk. I'm an independent journalist. I work for myself.
Okay. So if you refuse to leave, just to advise you, I will be calling the state police.
Okay.
And they will come and escort you off.
That's fine. You can do whatever you'd like, Sergeant. La Valley.
LaValley.
Okay.
LaValley. Sign
Great.
here, Clinton.
The sign's a claim. Great. Sounds good. This is a public sidewalk. You don't have any authority to trespass me from a public sidewalk. What makes you think that a public sidewalk is part of state property?
Whether it's right here or not, it's still state property, right? And you can look at your GSI or
GIS.
You or GIS. We don't allow you or any other private citizen. If you wanted to get permission, that's one thing, but you do not receive permission to take, right? It's a security risk for our facility for you to be out here doing this.
Well,
that's what I'm advising you of.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Because I don't know who you know outside of here, right? If you're affiliated with some inmate inside here, you're planning some escape attempt with him. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, you have a big wall to prevent that.
Well, don't be a smart ass. All right?
I'm not. Don't talk to me that way.
We've already had 2 leave here, right?
Yeah,
So
that's your fault, not mine.
This is a problem.
That's a failure on your department's fault, not me. I didn't help them escape.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. Right?
I'm sorry?
I said right, wrong, or indifferent.
Okay,
This
that's
is
not my
security
fault.
risk. You can't be filming here.
Sir, but this is public property. I have a right. We have
This
First
is
Amendment.
state property.
This is public property. This is public property.
You're hashing.
It's
Small
not.
things,
I'm
right?
not on your. I'm not on the correctional facilities property right now. This is a public. I can protest here. I can exercise my freedom of press, which is what I'm doing right now.
Right. So you're. What if I accuse you of being affiliated with somebody in here? If I did some investigation, as you trying to provide escape material to somebody in here, right? Because now we have tablets. You can provide video footage, right?
I don't know that you have tablets.
I just told you I did.
Well, maybe you shouldn't give out operational security information to a stranger.
It's public information.
Just like this is public property, sir.
Right. How do I know you're a stranger? You said you're a
Independent journalist.
right. So
Yeah.
how are you a stranger?
I'm not here to start any trouble. I'm just here to.
Well, you
to,
are starting trouble. You got your body cam.
Yeah, what does that
do
mean?
You watch too much YouTube stuff?
Do I watch
that-
too much YouTube?
Yeah,
I do
all
watch
this-
a lot of YouTube. I
course
do.
you do.
I do watch a lot of
Right.
YouTube.
And you?
Do you watch YouTube?
I do watch YouTube, but it's mostly for informational videos and repair videos and stuff.
Yeah. Well, what I'm basically doing right now is kind of an informational video. I'm showing the outside of the prison. There's nothing I can get here that I can't get from Google Earth.
Right.
So it doesn't really
But this
doesn't
is
matter.
State property.
This is a
state
public
property.
sidewalk. You're telling me the state owns a sidewalk. The correctional facility owns a sidewalk.
Well, the sidewalk is put here to help people to get up back and forth to their vehicles. Right.
Exactly.
But it's still on state property.
I don't understand how it's state. It might be state property, but it's still public property. It's publicly accessible to the public. Like you don't own the sidewalk. You can't dismiss me from a sidewalk. We have constitutional rights in this country.
Well, if you're video recording, which you're not allowed to do.
I am
by
allowed
directive,
to. By
right?
who? Who says
By-
I'm not allowed to?
Right. New York State Department of Corrections says you cannot.
But
sit
you
here
have
and
no
videotape
authority over
this.
me. I'm not an inmate, sir. I'm not inside those walls. You have no authority over me.
If you're on state property, yes, I do.
You're not.
Right?
I'm not on state property, sir. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
You
This
are on
is
state property.
this is public property, and I'm sure the troopers are going to make you well aware of that. And maybe we can all learn something today because this is what's called a public easement, a public sidewalk. That's why they run utilities, things of that nature on, just like your mailbox. You don't own the first few feet of your own property.
Right.
I can go stand right in front of your house, right by your mailbox.
So now we're going to take eminent domain. Is that what we're talking now?
No, we're just talking about public versus private property,
Right.
and property that you have authority on and property that you don't. You have no authority on this property. You might have authority.
I beg to differ.
Okay, you don't have authority over me. Excuse me. You have no authority over me. I'm not an inmate. I'm not a part of the New York State Department of Corrections. So I don't want any affiliation with you guys.
Maybe if you didn't have recording devices, that'd be a different story.
Well, I'm press. That's
right.
That's kind of the point of being press. That's kind of the point of being press.
I'm asking you, so where's your press pass?
I don't have to show a press pass because we have freedom of press. You have freedom of press.
Sure.
This gentleman has freedom of press. That's what makes this country so great. I'm doing a story on the two people.
Facility.
Okay.
Right.
When
Where's
those two,
your
let me ask you a question. When those two people escaped here, right? The two murderers that escaped here.
Sure.
Was there not press all over this area?
When they recorded from over there, yes, there was.
There was press over here too. I've seen the video.
Recording here.
I'm not inside of your parking lot.
Video. I did see video where they were over there.
Yeah.
Right across the street.
Mm-hmm.
Has nothing to do with the correctional facilities property. We don't. That's Maggie's. That's Stewart's. That's Giuseppe's or whoever it is. That's all their property. But on this side, this is state property. We don't own any part of this right here, right? And this little 3-foot wide part right here, which you say is public, and in maybe some instances it is, but it's still state property, and you're still recording, right? These walls.
Yeah,
right?
mm-hmm. That's what I'm doing. But so you're saying that is this road private?
23.
Like this road, you can keep it going straight and get somewhere. All right. Well, and over here seems to think that this is part of the correctional facility's property when it's not, which is very interesting.
You just gonna stay up here on the sidewalk, sir?
Huh?
You gonna stay up here on the sidewalk? Just so I know where you are when the state police arrive.
Oh, yeah, I'll be around.
Okay.
I'll be around.
First stay on the sidewalk then.
Yeah. The state police are going to tell you the same thing I'm telling you though.
Maybe
This is public. I can take pictures from public. That's part of the First Amendment, sir. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just exercising my rights. We have them for a reason.
Okay.
Right?
Well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't think that I'm wrong.
Okay, we'll see. Maybe you're not. I don't know. No, he's definitely wrong. Hi, sir. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good, good. What's going on? How
Nothing.
are you?
Good. Hey, sir. You're a supervisor, right?
What do you need? I'm off duty, but
Oh, you're off duty?
I'm going to my truck. Do you have a problem?
No, I thought you were a supervisor.
I am a supervisor. I'm a
Oh.
lieutenant here at Clinton Correctional.
Okay, if you could answer one question,
I'm not gonna
is this
answer any
public?
questions.
Is this public property?
As long as you stay on the sidewalk, you're okay.
Great.
If you go on a state property,
I would never do that.
Okay, but just understand that if you go on a state property, they have the right. They'll come out and read you a statement.
Yep.
I'm not going to get into any more with you. You know, you can. This is where you are. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Somebody should relay that information to the sergeant.
Well, a lot of times you guys, I understand what you're doing, but you know what? Sometimes your presentation could be better.
Okay.
If
We'll
his
let the video
presentation-
be the judge of it.
Well, okay.
We'll let the video judge it. That's all. Thank you for taking the time.
You know what? Bothering me on my way home is not what you should have been doing.
I'm not trying to bother you. I just told you to have a great day.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not trying to bother you. It's always that I'm trying to bother somebody, trying to antagonize somebody. That's always the way that they want to do it. I doubt state police is coming. He's a lieutenant, so he's higher than the sergeant that we spoke to, and he seems to be very much aware of our First Amendment right to film in public, freedom of press in this country, public access to public property here. So we'll take a little lap around, see the rest of this building here. Hey, how are you?
Good. What you got going on?
Just recording.
Who you recording for?
For myself, independent journalist. What are you doing?
No, getting done work. Did you get permission for state property for that?
No. But your sergeant did come out here, and I educated him on the right of public photography. So he's
What sergeant was that?
Valloway. Forgot his name.
Yeah. I never heard of him.
I don't know. Sergeant something away. I don't know. I forgot his name, but yeah, he was educated on the right of public photography on public property. This is public property right here.
Okay.
So we're allowed to take photos. Thanks. Have a good one. Got another correctional officer educated. There you go. Hey. How you doing today, trooper?
Good.
You mind if I just get your name and badge?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Trooper Kurz.
All right, thank you.
4544. So the lieutenant said you talked to him on his way to his truck. He was concerned that you were recording and stuff like that.
Yeah, so there was a sergeant that was concerned, and he's the one who called you guys.
Okay.
Then a lieutenant came out, and he, I guess he educated the sergeant and told him that this is a public sidewalk. I'm allowed to be here,
Okay.
and I'm allowed to film what I can see in public.
Yep.
But I told him I'm an independent journalist, and there's nothing I'm trying to
Okay.
do secretively.
All right.
That's all.
They just, they just get concerned because they're trying to keep security of the facility and stuff like that.
No, especially with the 2 inmates that escaped 6 years ago, I could understand security concerns.
Yeah.
But, I'm out in the open. I'm telling you exactly what's my purpose.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding anything. There's nothing I can get from here that I can't get from Google Earth, logically.
I agree with you.
Right? So it's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
But
They just wanted me to talk to you and see what's going on.
yeah.
Just,
Well, if you're gonna go talk to them, I'd appreciate it if you could
I
just
did.
explain to okay,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
explain to them that I'm not breaking any laws or doing anything
I'm
wrong.
gonna go back and talk to him.
Okay.
Do you mind if I get your name?
I'm not gonna give my name. I'll give you my first name's Sean.
Okay.
Um,
Are you a local guy?
No, I'm not local. No.
Okay.
I run I'm an independent journalist. I run a news company where I disseminate public information to the public.
Okay.
So, what troop are you out of, sir?
This is Troop B.
Troop B?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm stationed right here in Dannemora.
Yeah, no. It's nothing personal. I just don't give ID or anything unless I've broken the law or
Yeah,
you suspect me of breaking the law.
Yeah, you're not required to.
I just want to continue about my business.
Okay.
All right?
That's fine. Yeah, just make sure you stay on the public property, okay?
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Thanks for educating them for me, all right? Thank you. I appreciate that. You have a good one. Stay safe. They always got to say, they always got to get in there every single time. I could be all the way up in the mountains in Dannemora in upstate New York, or I can be in Florida on a beach somewhere. Police officers are always going to want to get in that one little unnecessary directive. And I try not to respond to it because I'll let you guys respond, the court of public opinion. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. It's so unnecessary that I don't even need to respond to it. Unnecessary directive. Make sure you stay on public property. That's where I've been the whole time. That's where I plan on staying. I know the law better than the sergeant, obviously, who is speaking with me. He needs to give him directives on don't harass citizen journalists who are exercising their constitutional rights. That's what he needs to do. Hey, Sarge.
How you doing?
Did they explain it to you?
No.
Are we clear? Or
I mean,
no?
as far as, I have direction here that the department gives me. I think in the future, if you'd like to do something like this to try to keep it without coming into interaction with us or state police.
Yeah.
A lot of times you get permission from the commissioner.
I mean, if I was
Right.
going on your property, I 100%.
Right. I mean, if you step over here, that's different.
Exactly.
So-
but I don't need permission on public property, and I think it's good that you learned that today, and everybody learns it today, and we can move on because I'm not breaking the law. I don't think I'm being unreasonable. Just filming. Like I said, I can get this from Google Earth,
Sure.
so it's not that much of a security risk for you, right?
I mean, we're semantics. I mean, we do maintain this road and the sidewalk, but if it is public, and I'm not going to pretend to know that part of it. I don't.
Okay.
I mean, you can tell me that, but
Yeah.
I can't because I know who you are. You
Okay.
never identified yourself. You just said you had a
Well, that's why
pass.
the trooper, and I spoke to a lieutenant. He said, yeah, that that this is public property and that I can be here,
Right.
and obviously the trooper has said the same. So that's all.
I think, this would be a courtesy. How much longer do you plan on being out here?
Oh, not too much longer. I'm just gonna get a couple more shots and I'm gonna get out of here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate
Yeah,
your
sure.
time.
No problem. Take care, Sergeant. Trooper, thank you.
From unlawful threats to learning the law, Clinton Correctional officers got a real-time civics lesson today. This sidewalk, public, the First Amendment, still in full effect, and just like that ego lost. Rights upheld. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you support the mission, like, share, and subscribe. We the people must stay vigilant. What happens when a journalist shows up at City Hall with a camera in Murfreesboro, Tennessee? It triggered everything from open records confusion to heavily armed deputies demanding answers. But this video is more than just confrontation. It's about education, de-escalation, and the right to film in public. Let's break it all down.
There goes our friendly reminder that they are always recording us, even though they always have a problem with us recording them, just to keep them transparent. Hi, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you? Are you taking pictures?
Yeah.
Videoing without, did you get permission to do that?
Whose permission would I need?
You had to get the mayor and, you're taking people's pictures and they don't know what you're doing.
Oh, I'm only taking pictures in public. That's all I'm doing.
Of
the building.
Well, you have people sitting there. Usually we're notified when people are in here taking pictures.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just coming in and taking pictures in public. That's all. I'm not trying to get anybody
Okay.
individually.
One of my ladies was like, "This man is out there taking pictures of us." And
Yeah,
it
I mean,
kinda
you
concerned her.
could let her know that she works in a public building and
Yeah,
she's
but we
she's
know
a public
we're-
employee.
We know that we're public employees.
Yeah, and in a public building, there's no expectation of privacy. For example, there's a camera right above your head.
Oh,
I didn't
I'm aware of all the cameras.
I didn't give permission to be recorded either. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay,
But
yeah.
I can't complain about it because I'm in
Yeah.
public. That's all.
Okay.
You mind if I get your name?
Her name is Regina.
Regina.
And one of my ladies were concerned about it.
Okay. Are you a supervisor for?
I am.
Okay.
That's the
I
reason
just
why
wanted to
came
know.
out.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to know who I was talking to.
Yeah.
All right, Regina. Well, thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. She was just concerned.
Okay. No problem.
Like the art?
Yeah. It's very nice. You got a lot of it out here.
The kids did.
The kids did it from local schools here.
Local schools. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Hey, Troy. Hey, what's up, guys? There you go.
You sure do have a lot of art. A lot of it.
They change it out every 6 weeks to different.
Really? That often?
They different shows, different themes.
Okay.
This one is just for the school children though.
Okay.
Like the last one was one particular guy. It was like his life's work throughout all the years. And, pretty neat, man.
And
like
that
6 different countries. And
yeah.
Just,
And that specific guy his work was filling this city hall.
Correct. All of his pictures that he taken.
Wow.
It was nice. Man.
Wow.
It was really good.
Yeah, it's really nice. That's pretty cool that you guys hang up, the students'
Display
pictures.
different stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's interesting. I've never been to a city hall that did that, so
Really?
that's something cool to see. Take care.
You too, sir.
So we have the council chambers over here. Let's go see what we have upstairs. We have planning, traffic engineering conference rooms over here. It's a beautiful building here. Wow. Very nice. Love the architecture. So this is the building official codes permits. A lot of artwork. Beautiful building.
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing?
It's pretty art you have to look
It
at.
sure is pretty, ain't it? Yeah, it's all
Some of the
kids.
schools do it.
Yes, ma'am. The local city schools.
Beautiful building you have here.
It is.
Very
Like
beautiful.
it?
Yeah, I love it. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, man. It's 30 years old too, and it's still like we were talking about this the other day, like all the marble and stuff, man. You know, like what it would cost to build this building today would be astronomical.
Oh, for sure.
You know what they
For
built
sure.
back then.
For sure.
And but it's definitely
beautiful.
held up. It
Well
is.
well maintained, I can tell. Beautiful building.
Yep.
Love it. Officer, you know where I would do an open records request for the city?
An open records request, like regarding like what?
Like
What department? Or,
yeah, as far as like for it would be human resources, more the salary of. I'm looking to get like the salary of all the city employees. And,
Oh, you can actually go. There's a website. It's called Gov. Shoot, man, I can't think of the name of it. But there's literally a website, and you can click on each position, and it tells you their salary because it's all public knowledge.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know how do you get to it. I can't remember what the name of it was.
Do you know if you have like a city clerk or something like that who can point me in the right direction how to get that information?
I'm gonna text somebody that they knew.
All right, thank you.
I'll text them, see if I can find out.
All right. There's usually somebody inside of the city hall that can do it's a law. It's called open records. For Tennessee, you could like basically, you know, request any records. It's usually done at the city hall level. There's usually like a city clerk. Do you guys have a city clerk here?
City recorder or something, maybe.
Yeah, city recorder probably, something like that.
That's Hope right there.
I'm looking to do an open records request for the city.
Yeah, you think Josh does that?
Josh. Okay. Do you have like his email or something, or what do you just?
No, he has to physically fill out a form.
Yeah, there's a
you have to fill out
form. Yeah.
Wonder, could you call him? Okay. She's gonna.
All right, thank you.
Sir,
Yes.
Josh was going to meet you in the tax department. When you walk in, the first door to the left, the far window to the right, he'll meet you at that window.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Joshua?
Yes.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Doing well.
I'm just looking to do an open records request.
Okay. So this is the form. Is there a pin out there? I don't see. You got a copy of the Tennessee driver's license?
Oh, I have to show a driver's license?
Yes.
I've read the law. The law doesn't state that I have to show a driver's license to do an open records request.
Okay. You read the Tennessee annotated code?
Yeah, I've read the open records, the records law
For Tennessee.
and it doesn't say anything about showing a driver's license.
Okay, it does, and I believe it references there which TCA code.
I don't see anything.
Let me see.
Anything there requiring a driver's license. I don't carry a license on me.
Okay. So that TCA code right there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get the documentation I have that expounds upon that.
Okay, yeah, if you could show that to me, that'd be great. How you doing?
So there is the city's public records policy, and that's the TCA code right there.
Mm-hmm.
That we determine our authority from.
Okay, can you show me where it says I have to provide a driver's license?
Who's that?
So I don't have to read the whole thing. We waste our time here.
What was that last part you said?
I said just so I don't have to read the whole thing. We waste our time here. If you could just show me where it says I have to provide a driver's license.
All right, under Part 3, subsection C, Part 1.
Public records request coordinator is responsible for determining whether the requester has provided proof of Tennessee citizenship.
So it can be a driver's license, a handgun carry permit,
Yeah.
proof of residency.
No, well, yeah, no. I've read the law. The law states that if this might be your policy and interpretation of the law, but the state law says that only residents of Tennessee have a right to the public records, but you can provide public records. I'm an independent journalist. That's why I'm asking you for records. So I'm not a citizen of Tennessee. So I might not have a right to, but you still have the ability to provide the public records. Are you denying those public records that I want to request?
If you want to fill out a form, we will follow our public records policy, and we'll either approve or deny it based on that.
Okay. So is it your policy? Is it your policy to?
That's our policy right there.
So I'm just asking you: is it your policy that only citizens of Tennessee will receive public records?
Our policy is listed right there, and so we'll follow that policy.
Yeah, it doesn't say that though. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just saying it doesn't say that I need to be a resident to receive records. It says that you would need to identify if I'm resident or not.
To provide you records, yes.
Yes. So there's a state law that I have right here. Only citizens of Tennessee have a right to inspect and receive copies of public records under the Tennessee Public Records Act, Tennessee Code 10-7503. However, the governmental entities may make records accessible to individuals who are not citizens of Tennessee.
Okay.
So, do you want me to fill this out and then you let me know? Would you let me know if you're going to approve it or not?
Sure. You can do that if you'll leave your.
I'll leave an email. Yeah, I'll leave an email and my company's name, and
Okay.
yeah. So, it's up to
And
you
that's
whether
a
you want
copy of our.
Sure, I'll take it. No problem. You mind if I get a pen?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, I'll fill this out and give it back to you.
Okay.
All right. I'll expect an email from you guys. Thank you either way. I appreciate it. I would hope you guys lean towards the side of transparency for everybody, not just the citizens.
And you mentioned you were a journalist. So typically, if somebody has like a quote or a statement they want, they would go through our public information office, and they would just contact them, and they would provide not necessarily
Documents.
the documentation, but they would provide, say, a quote or something like that.
Do you have a card for the public relations?
I don't have a card. Have you been onto our website?
No.
Okay. If you go onto our website, there's the public records request and the public information officer's information. His name's Mr. Mike Browning.
Okay, I'll get it from there. I hope he'll just err on the side of transparency. That's all. All right, thank you, sir.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Have a good day. Let's get out of here. It was nice talking to you, officer.
You too, sir.
Have a great day. Yeah, I got everything I needed. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You too. All right, guys, so before we get out of here, let's take a look around the parking lot. Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
Got something going on? Oh, you guys looking like a military, looking like military.
Yeah, oh, we're just training.
Oh, just training? Cool. So we got a bunch of sheriff's deputies over here, dressed in military equipment. Apparently they're doing some training. I don't know if he's whistling for me, but I'm not a dog, so yeah, apparently he was. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Are you a sheriff's deputy?
I am. Can I help you?
Can I get your name?
No.
No, I can't get your name.
We're doing some closed training, okay?
Closed training?
Yes, sir.
In public?
We're doing some closed training, all right?
Closed training in public?
Yes. We're doing some closed training.
Okay. Can I get your name?
Not at this moment, no.
Why would that be? Is it not your policy to identify yourself?
Look, friend, we're trying to do some training, okay?
I understand that. I'm just trying to ask you what your name is, so I know who I'm talking to.
Why are you here?
Can I get your name, deputy?
Why are you here?
Can I get your name, or can I speak to a supervisor?
Why are you? My supervisor's over there.
Your supervisor's over here?
My name is Sergeant Hooker.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to know was your name.
And
That's
I
it.
would like to know what you're doing and why you're here.
I'm taking some pictures and video.
Okay, why?
I don't want to. I have a right to. Just taking some pictures and video in public.
Why are you doing that?
Why am I doing it? I just told you. I have a right to. I just told you I have a right to.
Why are you being antagonistic?
Why are you dressed in military gear?
Not just in military gear. This
Looks
is law
like it.
enforcement gear.
When do you ever need that kind of stuff? Are you part of SWAT?
You would be surprised.
When would you ever need a vehicle like that?
To rescue people. That's why it says
To rescue
on the side of it.
Rescue people?
Yeah, we rescued more than one.
Okay, great. That's good.
All right.
That's pretty good. I don't see why you guys would need all that unless you're part of SWAT.
Sam?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Hey, how are you doing, Lieutenant Kaufman?
Yeah, I'm good. What are you doing?
Just taking some pictures and video.
Okay.
What are you guys doing out here?
Nothing.
Nothing? Just hanging out?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. How you doing, officer?
How you doing? Can I help you with anything?
No, can I just get your name and badge number?
For what?
Just so I know who I'm speaking to.
This is Officer Todd. It's written right there.
Officer Todd?
Yeah.
Okay.
What you need?
Oh, nothing. I don't need anything.
Filming for a newscast or what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just taking some pictures and video in public.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah. It's within your right, but Just wondering why you're out here.
Yeah, no, just taking some pictures and video.
Okay.
That's it.
I understand.
That's all. Looks like they got some training operation going on here.
I don't know. It could be.
Apparently they're doing some training exercises here. All right, well, right next to the city hall, they tried to get the police department here to make contact with me, and but he apparently knows that it's my right to film in public. It's our right to film in public, and that's what we're doing. That's it. I just thought it was interesting that they were wearing all this gear and had some heavy artillery. Hey, how you doing today?
Huh?
You doing good?
I can't hear you. What?
You doing good?
I'm good, man. Good.
Okay, thank you. Stay safe. Right across from the city hall, so I don't know, I thought it was interesting. They were had some big guns and some heavy duty equipment. So
From confusion at City Hall to an overreaction in the parking lot, this audit showed the importance of public education and respectful engagement. Officer Hill set the standard: professional, calm, and helpful. Let's hope the city chooses transparency for all. Drop your thoughts below. And if you stand for accountability and freedom, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe and stay informed.